to the bonus level.
Hey guys, and welcome to level 2 of the bonus level podcast. I'm your host, Jack, and with me, of course, are my two lovely, amazing co-hosts. First, we have Josh. Why don't you say hi?
What's up, guys? In case you forgot, I only play Horde, and I like to party.
He likes to party, and thank you. Of
Of
course, thank you. Thank you for being here. And of course, my other amazing co-host over to my right, the wonderful, the stunning Luch. Say hi.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us here on level 2. We're looking forward to this week, and we got some awesome topics ahead.
Yeah, we do. Luch, what's going on this week? How are you?
Not much. I mean, working a lot, which is awful. It's terrible. You know how
nobody
awful
likes work. Why does anybody even work?
It's not that bad thanks to my manager. I get through the days.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy. Whatever his name is. Yeah, awesome. So that's just it. You're just working away. Nothing else special going on.
I mean, I had a couple days off. Normally on my days offs, just like to relax and play some video games. As for the other part of this week, last week, almost about a week ago, I got into this venture with some friends of mine. Where we kind of do this media entertainment segment like every week, and they have no idea what they're doing. So,
oh well, I mean most people don't, but it sounds fun. Can I join?
maybe if you're qualified enough.
Okay,
well, yeah, but I might fire the other two. So okay. I'll let you know.
So there's going to be spots, is what you're saying.
There might be some spots open.
Okay, I like it. Josh, what about you? How's your week?
Oh man, it sucks so bad too. Like I have 4 shoots lined up with 4 beautiful women. So I mean,
you're doing photography?
Blows. Yep. Gonna be out on the lake taking pictures. I don't know. It sucks, man. Life is hard.
Life is hard. So you're just working on your photography?
Photography this week has just been crazy. I mean, because it's been back and forth. Last week it was all houses, just houses back to back. And then like over the weekend, I had 4 different people reach out wanting to do shoots and everything. So
awesome.
What was it? 2 yesterday, and then got 1 tomorrow morning. Then I got another one on Saturday. So it'll be a lot of fun.
What kind of shoots are these? Are these like, salting, spicing?
So normally with these kind of things, it's just a lot of what I'm working on now is building up my portfolio. And so I'm working with different models that had the same kind of thing in mind. So generally I get them to send me over a couple ideas of what kind of style they're looking to do. So far everyone has been really different, so that's what's really fun, is we're able to kind of go from one location to another location, all completely different styles. So I edit them a little bit different and everything. So I'm excited to see how everything turns out at the end of the week, and I'll of course be posting all that stuff for you guys to check out.
Hey,
you like that?
It's not a bad job. I mean,
no,
I sell phones.
Yeah, I mean, is a fun hobby that you can possibly turn into a career.
Oh, exactly, because it doesn't exactly pay the bills at this point, and that's why I have 2 other jobs. But with having so much work doing that this week, those other 2 have kind of been almost on the back burner a little bit.
For sure.
It's good. It's good to have a good guy, with Josh taking those photos, because somehow, all the photographers, I feel like, who like take pictures of like women are like secret creeps, and then just like they not like they just like have like a bunch of like Polaroids just laying in the corner of like their bedroom, and they just like to frolic in them every night.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a big part of it.
Exactly. I mean, and I think a lot of that is probably a stereotype, because, I mean, most of the photographers that I've met and dealt with have been, like, really cool. But, of course, just immediately that's what you think of.
And 1 or 2 of you is always going to ruin it, right? They're always going to give it a bad
apple always screws up a whole bunch.
It's 2018. Sure. We can't have that.
No.
Set an example, Josh. Lead the way.
Anything else happening?
Yes. I don't know if you guys pay attention to fighting whatsoever, but Saturday night is a big freaking fight with Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov. I was waiting for you to completely butcher that after,
No way.
just setting it up.
I have said his name so many times because I love this guy. This fight. Do you guys know anything about it?
Absolutely not. In all honesty,
I know Conor McGregor and I know memes.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to give you the short cliff notes to everything to kind of do my best to hype this thing up without murdering everything. But basically, you guys are familiar with Conor McGregor. It's hard not to at least know or have heard of him.
What's his nickname?
Why are you asking
Money?
me that kind of stuff
Does he?
No. That was Mayweather.
He's Irish, isn't he?
That's Mayweather.
He's like
right?
super Irish.
Mayweather.
Yeah, I don't even remember McGregor's
All right.
You're putting me on the spot. Hey, Chives, can you pull that up for me while I work on this? But yeah, so basically, I mean, Conor is just a freaking badass. Came on the scene kicking everybody's ass. Of course, he's most known for his shit talking. Dude can trash talk with the best of them, and that's what makes it exciting. Is because he puts up a big game, and then he has to go into the ring and back it up. It's really freaking exciting to watch. What I really like about this fight and what makes it exciting is in Conor's career, he fights a guy, Nick Diaz. They do all this promotion for the fight. It's going to be this huge fight because they've been trash talking each other for forever.
As most mature males do.
Yeah. So Diaz ends up beating Conor. Conor, basically goes back and he's like, I did way too much promotion with this stuff. I need to get my head on straight. He disappears to Ireland for a year, does no promotion, no nothing, and just trains like a mofo. Comes back, they have round 2 of the fight. Conor ends up winning that one. Fast forward to the Conor versus Mayweather stuff, all that trash talk. I mean, that fight leading up to it I followed it for a year, just those two trash talking each other on Twitter. There was all this publicity around it. I mean, $1 billion, I think, was passed out between the two of them for that fight. It was ridiculous. Of course, if you know anything about anything, Conor ended up losing that fight.
I know nothing.
So now Conor, after being gone for a year and a half, no fighting, nothing like that, everyone's wondering what's going on with him. He gets this fight with Khabib, which I'll go into his background in a second, who's a complete freaking monster. Conor's like, I'm going to show up on the 5th to do the weigh-ins, and I'll be there on the 6th to fight. Other than that, don't talk to me. And the dude's put his head down and has been training again. I love to see him go into his little cave, do none of the trash talking, none of the promotion, nothing. He's just training. So I know that he's going to be coming out firing. Now,
and then he gets one shot.
Yeah.
And just as a side note, Chives just informed me that because of his big mouth, Conor McGregor's nickname is Notorious.
That's right. Jesus. Notorious. I don't know how I forgot that.
Thank you, Chives. You earned your paycheck.
And Nurmagomedov's nickname is the Eagle. I don't know really what that has to do with anything, but you can go into his backstory, I guess. I think that's what you were going to do.
Yeah, so basically why this fight's big, because of course we know why Conor is big. So Khabib is this freaking just monster from Dagestan. This guy is 26-0 right now. Not only has he never lost a fight, he has never lost a round.
Yikes.
Since he's been in the UFC, hasn't lost a round. This guy is terrifying. And so he's like this young dude that's up and comer that's just been killing everybody that they put in front of him. If you want to watch something, it was, go back and watch the highlights of Khabib versus Barboza. You see Barboza, who is a complete monster himself, the fear on his face in the ring when Khabib grabs him is like, holy crap, I don't think you should look that way when you're actually in the octagon. It was crazy. So, I mean, at this point, if someone gave me $1,000 and was like, put it on one of these guys, who's going to win? I have no clue. I am so excited because it is so up in the air here that I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do know what I'm going to be drinking, and that's going to be John's beer of the week.
Who's John?
Completely butchered his name. You forgot your own best friend's name.
I did. Jack's beer of the week.
Yeah. You're segueing this amazing sounding fight into my beer of the week. Okay, perfect. Let me just. You didn't even give either of us a chance to even comment on your.
Well, because you both said
hype.
you don't know anything about it.
You know, Jack, I love being a guest on Josh's podcast. It's
Josh
really a treat. Thank you for having us, Josh.
I told you I was giving you the cliff notes. What? That only took like 10 minutes, right?
Not even. That was like 4 minutes. We went through all of Conor McGregor's backstory, Nurmagomedov's backstory. Now we know what's going to happen. So you said you don't know who's going to win.
Clue.
Okay, well, you have $1,000. You have to put it down on somebody right now.
Yeah,
So it's $1,000 for Connor. If Connor wins, Jack gets 1,000. If Kebab wins, I get 1,000. So you should choose wisely.
Bob.
It's great. I mean, like going by what we've seen in the ring lately, going by some of the numbers and stuff, I think Khabib has a slight edge. Connor's been out of the ring for a little while, but Connor is the story maker. That dude pulls out wins from nowhere that makes magic happen. That's what's hard. With me, personally, I always bet with my heart. I would
gotta go with Connor.
The magic on that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, Connor reminds me a lot like Braveheart. So I think we're going to know how that ends.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's sad as far as that goes. And you said that he was a young up and comer, Nurmagomedov, but they're both 30. They're both born in 1988. So, anyways,
33. So young.
There you go. I guess he's
it makes you realize how out of shape we are.
Right.
Wait, speak for yourself, buddy. Anyways, yeah, thank you for segueing into my section. We talked about it last week in level 1. Beer of the week. So this week I have a local hometown brewery called Big Storm Brewing Company. It was one of my favorites. It's located here in Florida. And the beer that I want you guys to all try is called Tropic Pressure. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you don't live in Florida, you might not be able to get it. This Big Storm actually is in production. I'm not sure how far out their distribution has spread outside of Florida, but I do know that it has made it outside of the states or the state of Florida. So I think that, Josh, I think you should be able to find it, even though you didn't find it, where you look today. But it is something that I definitely recommend you pick up. And the first one, like I said, is called Tropic Pressure. Luch, you have one. You want to crack it? You want to try it?
I do.
All right, let's try it.
Let's go ahead. Let's hear that crisp crack if you guys can get a good. Let's do it.
Ooh, I liked yours. You had a really good one.
That sounds good, right? All right, let's give it. Let's give it a taste.
Oh, I already had one whole swig before you even said that. Sorry.
No, you're good. It's not bad. I'm not gonna lie though. It does, taste like a light beer to me. I can't really.
It's definitely a light beer. Like, you didn't even let me discuss what it is. What it's all about.
I was giving you my first impressions. I mean,
it's a hibiscus cinnamon. It's a tropical, flowery, lighter beer. It is fantastic. Has a very smooth taste and a nice aftertaste.
Isn't hibiscus like poisonous?
Not when it's in a beer.
We're gonna hope.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you for coming to the last episode of the podcast.
No, that's my beer of the week. Everybody, if you can find it, please check it out. Big Storm Brewing Company has a lot of really good beers in it. In the future, I probably will end up bringing them back around, the different ones, because some of them are just excellent. This is one of my favorites. Like I said, Tropic Pressure. If you can find it, definitely try it out.
We'll have a link to their website so you guys can check out any of their other products.
Nice.
But it's not bad. Good first
see
pick.
If I can find some for this weekend.
I was kind of expecting more of a bang, like something that would just make my face melt and go crazy. But it's nice. I would have this with a nice burger. It's a good beer to have throughout the week. It's a nice casual beer.
I'm going to ask you to repeat that for 1 second because you kind of dropped out and then came back. For the listeners that missed what you said. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Well, to exactly repeat what I said, it's a good beer. I thought you were gonna, blow my mind, face melt me with some kind of amazing beer. But this is a nice casual beer. I could see myself drinking throughout the week. A nice burger, some chips, and I mean it tastes pretty damn well. I'm pleasantly surprised,
Absolutely.
Jack. I'm pleasantly surprised that you are not basic.
Wait a minute. What now? Anyways, yeah. So, Lucha, you take it away, man. That's you.
Well, I mean, as for the Josh's whole oh God, what is that called when you did in speech class? Where it starts with an M, where you have to sit in front of the class and say your a monologue.
Ooh, a monologue.
After Josh's amazing fighting monologue, where he asked himself a question, which he answered, was fantastic. Josh, thank you so much for that. I was thoroughly entertained.
Good.
But I mean, we do have definitely a lot more topics going out through for this week, and we definitely got a lot to show you. Which reminds me, when we were kind of discussing the topics throughout the week, Josh was very excited to announce his new segment that me and Jack do not know about. He told us barely what the title was, and then wouldn't even say anything about it. So Jack and I have been sitting here patiently going through all of our topics, waiting to get to the specific moment.
So patient.
Josh, please enlighten us with your words. Tell us about this new glorious segment.
My new segment is called I Have a Bone to Pick with You, and that's when one of you two piss me off, then I'm going to call you out live on air.
Oh, yeah.
Can this happen randomly? Like if, for instance, let's say Jack does something to piss you off, right? He made you very upset. Mm-hmm. He said you looked like a sassy woman. All right. So
that's not too far from the truth.
I agree. I saw his Instagram post. So does that mean you'll just come out of nowhere and be like, well, Jack, I have to say, I do rebuttal. The gauntlet has been thrown.
If one of you guys will make me a jingle, I'll just click the jingle, and whenever you hear that sound, that means that I'm about to.
You know what? Somebody. This would be great for our Android robotic assistant Chives. Mm-hmm. Chives, we're going to have you get on that. We're going to need a jingle for Josh here. Make it catchy and something that he can play anytime throughout his life, please.
I think Chives beeped. I don't know what that means, but
I think he agrees. He has no choice.
Okay.
I'm going to get so used to it, though. I'm going to install it on my phone, just be in Walmart one day and press it and go off on somebody.
I would believe it. But I mean, the customers of Walmart would surely appreciate that. Please.
Definitely.
Please do.
So my first bone to pick is with Jack.
Of course.
Of course it is.
So when we were creating the podcast,
yes,
each person was given power over different areas that we felt like they specialized in. Jack was given power over the Bonus Level Podcast Twitter account because he is the Twitter master, at least compared to you and I, Luch.
I mean, it's barely been open for a week. How did he possibly insult you already?
I know, right?
He probably already knows. He probably already knows what I'm going to say. But I hopped onto Twitter and I start looking, and boom, there was someone that had posted a comment about a TV show that I like, saying that it was complete and utter garbage. And what did I see? But my own podcast liking the comment. I was like, no, I like that show.
Oh my gosh, I need to see this. I didn't even see this.
Yes. So
wait. I know what show it's going to be. I know what show it is. I know exactly.
We've already discussed the fact, like we discussed long ago, that I was really enjoying the show Maniac on Netflix. and that Jack completely hates it. And
Yes.
I'm perfectly fine with that. But when I log on and see my own account liking things, trashing a show that I like, I don't like it.
You have a bone to pick.
I need to take a look at that later. Chives, we're going to have you screenshot that, please, because
yeah, we'll definitely
we'll need that for reference.
I mean,
we'll have to post that in the
you
YouTube
didn't
video.
retweet it. You only liked it. You didn't retweet it.
Listen. Yeah, in my defense, okay, I don't like it, right? I started it. Nicole and I started watching it, and got through 2 episodes. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. I can't do this show. This is the stupidest thing. She finished the whole thing and she liked it. She ended up enjoying it at the end. So you can chat about it. You guys can have a little, you can have a little chat about it. That is not a show that will be brought up in any of my TV movie segments. Just saying.
Yeah. And like I said, I figured that we had already had the discussion that it wasn't one that we saw eye to eye on.
Yeah, it was like a dumpster
fine
fire.
With that. But yes, having my own account trash talk a TV show that I like, I was like, no. We gotta set some parameters here. Otherwise, I want some login information to one of our accounts, and I'm gonna have some freaking fun.
I mean, it sounded like the gauntlet was thrown at that one. I would be quite insulted, although I've never seen Maniac.
It's a new show.
Is it a new show?
Emma Stone. What's his face?
It's Emma Stone.
Emma Stone and who I normally like, and Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have to. Is it serious or is it like a funny?
It's a science fiction.
It's.
I'm gonna have to give it a try because I feel like.
Wait, what did I just say? I said we weren't going to talk about the show on the podcast, and here we are.
What
the hell's going on?
I didn't know it was your podcast, but but the only thing I could say is, Emma Stone is a beautiful woman, and she is like that girl next door that I feel like every guy kind of has like a crush on. It's not like it's not one of the things. And Jonah Hill, I don't even know what Jonah Hill is anymore.
Right.
Not as beautiful as my wife though. I must say that.
You must say that.
I'm in trouble.
So my bone has been picked.
Dun, dun,
I have
dun.
not heard the rebuttal, the apology, what's going forward. How is the situation going to be rectified?
Chives, we're going to need a moment of silence as we pick up to this. Josh, don't say anything. Jack, don't say anything. Josh, the Honorable Luch stands before you. And now I must say this is a pretty serious offense, Jack. And one, as a friend, was this absolutely necessary? Did you feel that like on that tweet, was that absolutely necessary?
100%.
Josh, I do
say
apologize.
That.
You have
hated
lost
the show so much. I knew he was going to say that.
No, let me say I didn't like it so much that when I saw that tweet pop up in the feed, it was like second nature. I didn't even think about it that I was on the bonus levels account and not on my own. I just liked it because I wanted in that moment to let that person know. I don't even remember who it was.
Yeah.
I wanted to let them know that I agreed wholeheartedly with all of my fiber and being in that moment. I agreed with them that show was a hot dumpster fire. And yeah, so I have no regrets. The only regret is that I didn't switch accounts and then like it from my own page.
So pretty much prepared, Jack, as your punishment, we're not Voltron. So it would be nice if you didn't use the bonus level podcast Twitter page for your own personal amusement.
I can agree with that.
It's okay. You're forgiven since this is Josh's first segment. We will forgive you.
That's my
right, Josh?
Offense. My first and last
Correct.
defense.
Right? No, it's not going to be your last defense. We both.
You're
know
right.
this.
You're probably right.
And probably you'll be it next week. That is unless I somehow completely fail at supporting Josh's ADC, and then he'll just rip me a new one next week.
Well, I mean, yeah, never mind. We won't go there just quite yet.
Well, not yet. We'll get there though.
Sure.
But thank you for that segment. I mean, I for one think it's going to be a great idea. I know we're going to have a few laughs.
I agree. I love it.
and I hope to some more brutal ones. Maybe sometimes we'll have a punishment or two, awaiting the
I like that.
the victim or whatever.
Whoever.
Sorry, I almost had my my first good burp from that beer.
Ooh.
I thought it was coming, but I was mistaken. It was just a small one. But thank you so much for that segment, Josh. You know, it was good, and I look forward to many more. It's definitely a fun topic.
Don't worry, I have bones.
We got plenty of bones to pick.
He's got some large, some small. Josh has.
Just give me that jingle.
Don't worry, we got Chives working on that in the back, so he'll be taking care of that for you.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Moving on. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I'm a huge fan of Bethesda.
Oh my gosh, no way. You're kidding me. I had no idea.
Is this something you guys didn't know? Oh my
no
god.
idea.
It's not like it's tattooed on my ass or anything. Anyways.
It's not, is it?
Would you like to know?
I would, actually. It's fine.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Link to that image will be down below. Please click at your own discretion. Fallout 76, guys, is coming out, and it's a game I'm very excited to be playing with the two of you. In fact, Josh, I don't even know. Are you a fan of Bethesda? Have you played like Skyrim or Fallout or anything like that?
No, I have not.
Oh my god.
This is the music that I'm going to play whenever I'm about to break your heart. Because I will not get that.
It's needed to. Don't you even talk about that, Jack. Come on, you have to at least play with it so you can tell me how bad it is. It is worth the $60 for the rebuttal.
No, I'll tell you what. I will play it on your Steam account.
Oh, I'm not giving you access to my Steam account. I mean, I've got games like... Yeah, I'm not going to say those kind of games.
I don't know. Like, I've always seen pictures of that stuff, but I mean, is it like multiplayer? Is it like everyone killing?
Well, this is the first one. It's always been like a first-person RPG, like open world game. It was like a post-apocalyptic, based in like the late 2000. I think it's like the 2200s or something like that. But pretty much, Fallout is a game, or it's based in like the setting where I think it was. When mankind was about to reach where like the computer chip or like the transistor or something was about to be invented, it didn't. So like the world got stuck in this like 1920, 1940-esque like, or more like 1912s, I think 1950s, where it was like all like, you got colorful, shirts tucked into suspenders with like khakis, running around with like fedoras, like the real cool fedoras, not like, not 12-year-old middle school fedoras, but it's a cool timeline, Tommy guns, all that kind of stuff. And so, but the future progressed in that era. So like none of this modern, bullshit existed. I know. And so no Twitter, no Facebook. I don't know if they
whatever shall we do?
I know, right? And but it's cool because like it's all everything runs on like nuclear energy, so like all the cars and everything, and like anyways, the world goes through the Earth is being starved of its natural resources because they keep progressing energy through without like going through any of like the energy laws or whatever we have now. Anyways, but it becomes like a huge war breaks out. Everybody launches nukes at each other. You need to at least see the intro because it's voiced by Ron Perlman.
Ooh.
And those luscious tones are immaculate. You need to at least see that. War never changes. You'll know what that means. Anyways, Fallout 76 is the first like multiplayer version. And well, the first multiplayer game by Bethesda Game Studios, not the company ZeniMax. But it's going to be a post-apocalyptic game right after the bombs drop. I think like it's like 20 years or so. So you go out and you can go explore this like post-apocalyptic world with your friends or enemies and kill them.
Enemies.
Brutally. But anyway, you got to like, build your camps and stuff like that. Pretty much it's going to be a survival game, multiplayer. It's going to have like 24 people in the server at once. But it's a game I'm looking forward to because I think a multiplayer Fallout is going to be pretty awesome, especially if they keep it, updated. I know they're going to have their beta testing coming up soon for public, and I think they just the game's based in West Virginia, and I'm not sure if you're familiar. Yeah.
Okay.
So the game's based in West Virginia, and do you know the Greenbrier Hotel up in West Virginia? It's like that really big like white hotel. It's like super massive. It's like a very historical hotel. Anyways, I think they're having some kind of conference over there where they're having like media, YouTubers, people like that, having testing out the game early.
Ooh.
And I'm excited because
are they going to get to post their gameplay?
Yes. Pete Hines, which is I think he's like the vice president of marketing for Bethesda, said that in a tweet that he was going to have. I'll post that tweet as well. That he was going to have like 400 hours. That they'll have like a combined total of like 400 hours worth of gameplay for people to see before the gameplay comes out, and then like the next week. So I'm going to be binge watching that, like Game of Thrones, all of it, and
so
I'm just going to.
You're going to see all of this footage before the game actually.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! But like, and I'll have a link to Bethesda as well, so you can check out the game, guys, if you want to see that. But Fallout's like one of those games that incorporates humor into it. So you guys ever play like Borderlands?
Of course.
Okay. So like for instance, like let's say all three of us play. We're going to go head down to the amusement park that's over there, and we're going to go and raid a whack-a-mole arcade game, and we're going to take a bunch of those little boppers, and we're going to go out into that world and beat the living daylights out of any noobs with these boppers. So we're going to go over there, we're going to ambush them, and then we're just going to beat the crap out of them with some whack-a-mole boppers. I think they're called commie crushers.
Yeah.
That does sound pretty awesome. I'm watching.
And you can just do a bunch of super silly stuff. I know. I think Todd Howard said that one of his like person he was watching playing, like he set up a bunch of turrets like in the forest, and then he would play the tuba, like you can play music, and when a person was approaching him, he'd start playing the tuba, and then all the hidden turrets would just kill the person that started walking up to him, which I thought was hilarious. But it's a game I'm looking forward to. I hope you guys will at least give it a chance. Jack, if you're nice to me, I might.
Are you getting the Power Armor edition?
Absolutely.
Nice.
It's already been pre-ordered.
Are you really? You're getting that one?
It's like the first real scale like Power Armor made by Bethesda. Hell yeah, I'm getting it.
Damn.
By the way, actually, thanks for being out. Just a little small thing. Bethesda did something really cool. There was a kid who was suffering from cancer. I think he was 12 years old. And what Bethesda did was the kid was like, he said, something really disturbing. He said that, I might not be able to play Fallout 76 because the doctors said he was terminal. And so a bunch of Bethesda team went over there and let him play the game early. Before anybody else went to his
on Twitter or whatever, or maybe it was on Reddit or something. I'd seen them posting about that.
Yeah, so they went to his house. They gave him a signed, Power Armor helmet. They gave him a bunch of apparel. They let him play the game early before anybody else brought it to his house, so he could play all day. I just thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
Like I love the company Bethesda. They're a super cool company. I love them.
Awesome.
My question for you is, give me your 10-second elevator pitch on why I should play this game.
Well, Fallout is a game where you can explore the post-apocalyptic unknown. Are you going to find a robo-brain that is going to annihilate you with his death laser? Or are you going to find a raider who's already dead because he drugged himself out? You'll never know, but it's a world that you need to explore, Jack.
Bravo.
Okay. I like it. That was all right.
Bethesda, my name is Luch. If you ever need Pete Hines, if you ever need a marketing partner, I'd be more than happy to help you out.
That wasn't bad. That really wasn't bad. I'm not saying that I'm gonna get it, but that was if that was an elevator pitch to sell me something, I'd be like,
tell you about it.
If anything was to convince you, Jack, it would definitely be that.
Yeah.
But hopefully you guys might be inclined to try it out. Jack, hopefully if you played a little bit, you might be as inclined to give it a try.
You know what, man? But, I'll be completely honest with you. A game like that, I'm sure I would love. I'm sure it would be awesome. I played through Skyrim several times.
I'm feeling the butt coming on.
Yes. But, however, with the amount of time that I have, free time to play video games, I choose to do things that are going to be over quick, right? And now I know you're going to tell me, well, you can jump in and play Fallout 76 for an hour, and that's fine. Doesn't give you the same satisfaction. So whenever I go in and play a game that I need to level up constantly and grind constantly and do that, I want to put hour and hour in and not just go in and play, a 45-minute match,
And
whether it's league or something like that. So that's where my my objections are, is that I just don't have time for a grind heavy 2,000-hour game.
And that's fine. However, my rebuttal to that is you have no taste. Just kidding. Hey, by the way, Josh, is that a bone to pick segment already taken for next?
No.
No, but Bethesda's trying to lean, because they started off as like super hardcore RPG gamers. Like, I don't know if anybody of you out there has played Morrowind. That wasn't like their first game, but that was definitely one of their more grindy titles. But they're trying to make it, more for the casual user. Like, for instance, like if you build a base, if you log out, someone's not just going to tear apart your base while you're away. You can go back in there if you want. But no, I understand, Jack. So I'm going to teach you a phrase, and it's called trim the fat. Okay. So you take all the fat in your life, okay, be it work, shopping for food, cooking, you get takeout, you let Nicole work the hours, and you benefit from it.
Okay.
And then you play Fallout 76. I'll have a nice talk with Nicole to
okay. Yeah. Step 1, get rid of everything else. Step 2, have somebody else do all the work. Step 3, benefit.
Yes.
Profit.
Okay. I mean, is that not the motto for like every single rich person out there?
Oh God.
Exactly. That came at a perfect time. Thank you, Chives.
Yeah, Chives is amazing. Just on top of things. It's great.
Chives is on top of things, but hopefully, you guys get the chance to play it, and maybe you guys might fall in love with it, and we can make it a game all three of us play. But
maybe.
Anyways, moving on. I thank you guys for letting me rant about.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Thanks for telling us about that.
Was so incredibly good that I'm gonna see ads for this shit popping up on everything.
That's really funny that you say that. That's really funny that you brought it up and you said it in that exact way. Have you ever been talking about something, right? I'm talking about out loud, okay? You're talking about it maybe with a coworker, maybe with a friend. Have you ever been talking about something, a product, a thing, something that you can buy, something that you're planning on doing or going to, and then within that same day, maybe within the next hour, maybe within minutes, you see an ad for that exact thing?
Dude, like,
have you ever seen that?
It's
I mean, I'm looking at one right now. It's saying bonus level podcast. Go check it out because
we're talking about. I mean, it's weird
because we're talking about it right now. We're not even live. Like we're recording this right now. I don't know how it's popping up.
Promoting us. No, I wanted to take a second and talk about this because this is something that is popping up all over the place. People are starting to complain about. People are starting to notice. They're starting to catch on, and in general, right? There's always been, especially when it comes to media, when it comes to the internet, but even way before that, you can go all the way back to like when television first came out. They knew, as far as commercials and marketing companies, they knew that the average household that had a TV was within a certain demographic with a certain income. So they would target those families with ads for whether it's a new dishwasher that just came out, whether it's a new TV, black and white, blah, 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 whatever it might be, right? They're sending these commercials, they're targeting their demographic. And that's ultimately how advertising companies make money. They target the demographic that are going to want their product anyway, and they make it look even more appealing. The problem is that nowadays we have access to anything at all times. We carry around a phone that is so powerful that we can get an answer like that to any question we want, right? And so whenever that happens, when you have access to that kind of information, there is so much money to be made in targeted ad placement that it's actually scary. So what you see is your search history, right? You go online, you're searching for clothes, for food, for whatever it might be, that whether it's in your personal life or your work, you're searching for this stuff online. And every time you enter a search or you enter words in the Google bar or Bing or whatever you're using, that information is being stored. Okay, so You're just
Yeah,
filling.
and Jack, I definitely agree with that because I get in trouble with my wife, every other week, because and it's not my fault. I mean, like Adam and Eve just pops up on the side of my Facebook, all the time. I'm not
50% off.
AdamandEve.com.
50% off. They're always just trying to give you half off
with 3 free gifts,
Yeah.
and it bothers me because she thinks I'm buying stuff. I'm just perusing, and it happens to be there, and then I get in trouble for it. And I did not allow that permission to be there.
Right. So the issue ultimately comes down to, so you have targeted ad placement. It's always going to be there. They're always going to target certain age demographics, certain whatever you're into, that kind of thing. That's always going to be a thing. My issue is, and ultimately what I'm trying to get at, is your conversation, right? Your conversation outside of the internet search, outside of your phone search, outside of what you're actually browsing for, that then they could then use to target ads or other things towards you. I'm talking about conversation that should be private.
Yeah.
You're talking outside of the technological spectrum, whether it's your phone, your computer, and what's happening is that these devices, you're giving them permission, right? Every time you install an application on your phone or you access a website and create an account, you give those devices permission to use your camera, to use your contacts, to use your microphone. And it doesn't just say, oh, well, we're going to use your microphone only if you have to record something or take a picture. No, you give it access to your microphone at all times, whenever you want. And I challenge you, if you don't believe me, and there's tons of YouTube videos, there's tons of research that's been done on this, but the companies that actually do this, they'll come right out and say that they don't have the technology to do it. But you can literally test it. You can go online and you can test this. You can test it with your phone. You can test it with your computer. You talk about something. For instance, then I'll use an example that just happened to me, and then I'll use another one that just happened to Nicole. So I was on the phone with my dad. This is 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about a website that sells used golf equipment, globalgolf.com. Now,
okay.
This
Jack golfs, by the way, in case anybody didn't know.
Yes, avid golfer over here. So we were talking about this website, and I was telling him I just was looking for new irons, whatever it might be. And we chatted for about 15 minutes on the phone. Okay, so we were on the phone on a phone call talking about this website. Now, keep in mind that the device that I'm about to tell you that I was using afterwards, I had never used a search. I don't use the internet browser on. We're talking about my TV. So I have a smart TV in the theater room in my house, and I was watching YouTube videos on it. Okay. So I'm sitting there, I'm on the phone, YouTube is paused. We have a 15, 20-minute conversation. I hang up the phone. I play the next YouTube video. The very next video that I played had an ad for globalgolf.com.
Yeah.
That is not a coincidence.
And now, on its defense, there is still a chance it could be a massive coincidence.
There is absolutely zero chance, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why there's zero chance. Because so when you go on YouTube right now, okay, on your computer, and you search for any video that has monetization, it will give you an ad based on your search history, based on something that you've either looked at on YouTube already, that you've searched in Google, that you've gone to another website for. It knows what the demographic is, and it will play something in regard to that. So my TV has never, there is no search history. Okay. There is no this is targeted towards globalgolf.com because I don't use the browser on
You've never looked up anything on the YouTube
I've never used the browser
or on your TV.
On my TV.
Not even like the YouTube search?
Oh, I've used YouTube search, sure, but I've never watched a golf video.
Yeah.
On my TV. Okay. So, and then even if I had, that's one thing. But so say I had watched a golf video before, right? And there's 100,000 golf advertisements it can play. It can play all kinds of things. But I'm literally talking about the exact same website that I spoke out loud to my dad on the phone. That is crazy. Okay, so that's my first. That was that was one example, and this has happened many times. So this is one example that just happened.
Dude, I
in the last
remember
2
when
weeks.
I first started picking up on this stuff, and I'd shake it off as a coincidence or whatever, and then eventually got to the point that I remember texting you, going, "Dude, I am like 98% sure that we're in the Matrix because like I'm making stuff happen." Like I'm thinking about it and then it's happening, or I'm saying it and it's happening. Like I'm pretty sure we're in the Matrix right now. And yeah,
it's like when we used to play like RuneScape back when we were kids, and then you would just get spammed full of all the come and buy gold from us, please, on the side of like the actual website where you go. Like you go on RuneScape.com and on the side of it is come and buy gold. Go and sign the terms and conditions later. You can't buy gold.
Yeah, you're right. And that was so like again, like I said, that was an example that just happened to me recently. Just what's today? Today it's Tuesday. So 2 days ago, we were sitting, Nicole and I were sitting at Big Storm. Actually, funny that I should the same story, but we were at Big Storm, the brewery, and she went to use the restroom. She said it was a really weird commercial on the radio in there for Microsoft AI, and I was like, oh, Cortana, and she was like, well, she didn't say Cortana. It just
Master Chief, we know.
Yeah. It was a Microsoft AI commercial. She literally pulls up Instagram, 30 seconds later, and the next ad in her feed, in her news feed, was for Microsoft AI.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you can ultimately say, oh, well, it could be, 1 in a million coincidence, but this shit is happening all the time.
So, but how would it gain connection to her then? If you said she saw it in the bathroom?
It heard when she was her phone heard the radio, so it literally heard an advertisement.
And
then played the advertisement to her. Like it literally is recording you at all times. It's listening. I have an Amazon Echo Spot. If you're familiar with that, it's not the dot, it's not the flat one. It's the one that has the screen, and it has a camera on it. You can pop in on it like a Skype call. You can ask it to do stuff. You can play games with it. All kinds of cool stuff. Right? It's a recording device. So literally, 60 years ago, they're sending commercials to your TV because they know what kind of demographic has a television. And then fast forward till now, and we're literally letting the listening devices into our houses, and we're talking to them and saying, hey, can you look up the weather for a flight to Atlanta tomorrow? And then on your phone, 10 minutes later, all of these ads from Expedia, Priceline about flights to Atlanta. You're like, wait a minute. So it's literally listening to you, trying to see what it should suggest to you, trying to, it's just trying to force everything that it can to make you spend money, to make you shop, to make you do this, to basically boost the revenue, right? Now, ultimately, and I'm going to wrap this all up because I've gone way around, and I can just keep going down the rabbit hole.
Oh, we know, and we need to hurry this up because we don't know how long it's going to be before the scary men and the big black SUVs come and take you away.
You're right. Yeah, because they're definitely listening. So yeah, in conclusion of the whole thing, the ultimate issue that I have is that we have no privacy. There is no such thing as privacy anymore. You have to go completely off the grid to get any sort of privacy. And the problem is that you don't have access to most of what's available to everybody in society unless you buy into this open life kind of thing. Like you don't get to choose privacy anymore. You can't do anything without being like, oh, we'll download our app, use our app for free. This, get in here for that, agree to this, allow permissions for that. There is no privacy, and it's not right for a company to say, oh no, we don't have the technology to do that. Then why did it just work? Why did I just do it? What do you mean you don't have the technology to do it? You were just listening to me because you know what I was saying.
Yeah. So my 2 cents on this, yes, I don't even debate the fact that they can do this now because I have seen it happen time and time and time and time again. What I would like to be able to see, though, is if they are able to do this stuff, to be able to give us a better way to interact with those ads. Where basically, I get ads all the time for stuff that I just bought. It's like I log on, I go buy it, and then I get the ad for it. And it's like, no, I feel like you're wasting your money. That, being able to go ahead and say, already purchased this thing, don't bother. The second thing is
send me a different ad.
Well,
something
because
else.
eventually, like, their whole goal is ultimately what we would kind of like to have, and that's show me exactly what I want when I want it so I can buy it. If it works perfectly like that, I don't know if I'd mind it too much. But the problem is right now it's we think you want this, we think you want this. So it's just throwing all kinds of crap, whatever it can grab out of the air. And so, I mean, you have issues with stuff that you've already purchased, or a lot of us have loved ones. Christmas is coming up. You don't want your search history basically being broadcast over every device in the house of, oh, I was looking at a ring, or I was looking at, a pony, and so next time kids get on YouTube, they're seeing commercials.
You weren't supposed to say that. Luke doesn't know
whatever,
yet.
like all that kind of stuff. Like
What?
To be able to, them denying the fact that they could do it doesn't allow us to give them any feedback on how crappy it is. I mean, of course they're already listening to us anyway, so they're getting my feedback right now from this, but hopefully they're taking notes because like I said, I mean, we threw away our privacy a long time ago, that to go, like, there's no going back from this. It's all right, let's work together.
I don't think that we threw it away. I think it was more unknowingly like subjugated. But the thing about your 2 cents, Josh, is that, like, you're saying that it would give us more control over the ads. Like, that doesn't stop them from listening to what we're doing.
Yeah, that's my concern
every day.
Right?
That's a big concern here. I would love to be able to control my ads. I would also love for them to hear how I baby talk my cat while I use the laser pointer with her. And no matter how many ads of laser pointers I get, it's not one big coincidence. But the thing about it is, hang on, Chives is getting something from Jim over in California. He's talking about what we should do for our next podcast. I think we should to listen what he says. I'll have Chives send him over some ads as well.
Oh, Chives, okay, yeah, perfect.
But the scary thing is that what I think, like, the main point of Jack's discussion is that, like, they're always listening. Like the microphones we're talking into right now, we've used it to stream. Who's to say they're not listening to it right now?
The problem is that we enable them, and there's no, like, they don't let you say, okay, well, here's a microphone, but as soon as you connect your computer to the internet, all right, your microphone is live,
exactly.
Your webcam is live, like. Anybody can access it through the IP,
and that's the thing.
Anytime,
I feel the fight
right?
against it is so futile that it's like, no, just give me some options to make the stuff better, so I don't get crap thrown in my face all day. Because there's no battling it. Because let's say you battle it, you go.
Well, the problem
off the
is
grid.
that
It doesn't matter. Someone beside you has a phone, like
What do they say? The ultimate tragedy, the ultimate loss is when good men do nothing. And I think that agreeing to it and just submitting to it is ultimately
that's not what I'm saying at all.
There's nothing
because what I'm saying
about it.
Is I want to help out my buddy Luch from getting into fights with this girl because he has all these crazy ads popping up. If he can go, do not show that ad ever again, and he has a happy, healthy household.
I mean, it's
based
my
on
fault
it's based on
for
his search history.
Exactly.
Just
stop broadcasting my search
that
history
hentai.
and give me some choices.
I didn't even know that was in your vocabulary, Josh.
Who, me?
What? Yeah.
Hentai?
Hey.
Hey.
I mean, I don't care what you and Nicole are into, but we'll have that for level 3.
Yeah, leave that there. I'll leave that. I'll leave you guys with that. You give your devices permission. They're listening to you at all times. I promise you. No matter what they say, no matter what Facebook says, no matter what Google says, they're listening to you. They're copying your search history and they're using it to sell you shit.
Yep.
Not to scare you guys or anything.
No, it is. It is scary. It's very scary. It's very freaky. You guys should be concerned.
Now, hold on. What about? You see, now this technology. What if it could be used for good? Like, there's a couple, crazy guys trying to bomb a place, and they're talking about it next to their Alexa Dot, or whatever it's called, Alexa Dot. and then they could get swarmed.
You know
Even
what's
though
gonna happen?
they would win due to
Luge?
privacy.
They're not going to get swarmed. They're they're going to get ads for where to buy nitroglycerin pipes.
Hey guys, so we're advertising our new Breaking Bad chemical kit.
Yeah.
You can buy it for $20.99, now available at Spencer's.
Oh my gosh.
But if it's used for good, I mean, vigilantes, Batman.
Okay.
But we'll go ahead and end that topic there. I mean, I do appreciate you for bringing that up, Jack. No matter how many nightmares and paranoia that you've given me.
I'm always good for a rant. You can ask Josh. You can ask him. I am always good for a rant. Like you want me to, I can just go. You just let me set me free, and I will just whoo.
I know you peer at my store random times and go on for hours as I'm trying to help a customer.
Yep, that's me.
But one thing I do want to say from that, if you guys haven't seen the movie The Circle with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson, give it a try because it's all about like social media and like having no privacy.
Luch, real quick, what would you give that movie on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, the acting was like awful. Okay. But in terms of like the ending was stupid.
Okay. We're
I would give it for a 6.
A 6. Let me just tell you, folks, listeners, friends.
Totally trash it.
I'll just be honest with you right now. As the movie aficionado of the trio, The Circle. While I agree that you should see it because it does paint a nice picture of social media and the terrors of social media, it was a terrible, terrible movie. And you were definitely right with the first 2 points. The acting was awful. I'm very, very, very ashamed of Tom Hanks and Emma Watson. And 2, the ending was terrible. The only thing you left out was that the middle was terrible as well.
Oh, not to forget the beginning. But the only thing about it is like the concept was cool.
Yeah, it's definitely an eye opener if you're not.
And Emma Watson was the star, and Tom Hanks was in there. Tom Hanks, it plays a pretty good like what do you call it, like pseudonym Jobs. For Steve Jobs. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. If it was Morgan Freeman, it would have been even better. But
yeah,
not to diss Tom Hanks. He's a god among men. Woody and all that.
You got a friend in me.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't Woody. Tim Allen was Woody, wasn't it?
Tim Allen was Buzz.
Yeah, Tim Allen was. Wait, was Tim Allen?
Have you seen?
Was Tim Allen Buzz? Yeah, Tim Allen was Buzz.
Are you even American?
Oh my god!
You ever seen
I haven't seen it in a while. I'm gonna have to watch it
Titanic
and then hate myself.
Jeez.
The difference.
You're still an awful person for that. I hope you've seen it.
What? I would still be
Since
watching
I told
now.
you
That's
he
the
hasn't
longest
watched it.
freaking movie.
I know he hasn't watched it. Oh my god! Just go see Cinema Sins and leave it at that. But anyways, thank you for that topic, Jack. It's been wonderful having you on the show.
Yeah, no problem. See you never.
With his disappearance and all that, I think Josh, there's been something you wanted to talk about. It was your segment that we talked about last week when it came to each of our segments, and that was I know you're heavily into music, and I believe that you had a band of the week to share with us. If you want to go ahead and share that with us.
Yes, thank you. I was going to say silent until that jingle played, so I'm glad you got on to that.
No problem.
Yes, so I'm going to keep this short because we have been talking everybody's heads off. But yes, my band of the week is Beartooth. Now, Beartooth, they have just released, I think it's their 3rd album now. They did a couple of deluxe, it's the 3rd full-length album, September 28th. So it's brand spanking new. Get the whole thing on Spotify, of course. What's band right here.
What's the album called?
The album is called Disease.
Hey.
So one of the reasons that I really love this band and why I love recommending them to people is their lead singer, Caleb, he is the epitome.
Hey, I know someone named Caleb.
A troubled artist. Some of the best art comes from people that are really battling demons and trying to figure things out. I mean, that kind of stuff to me fascinates me. And this guy is very vocal about the struggles that he's going through, what he's doing to fight and make himself a better person, all that kind of stuff. His music reflects that. I mean, you see the pain and the struggle and the lyrics and the sound of everything. So I'm telling you, like, if you have ever had a hard day, going through a hard time, something like that, turn on some freaking Beartooth and you'll be listening to someone that is going through or has been through the same exact thing. That is one of the main reasons I love promoting these guys. They are so freaking awesome. But yeah, so go out there, check out Disease. Of course, the earlier albums, I'm going to forget their names. Aggressive, I think, was the one right before that. And then Disgusting.
Yes.
They have a pretty cool look to them. Is the lead singer the guy with that sick haircut? With the super like
side shave.
Yeah, the side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, he is amazing. He started off, I think he took over, if I'm not like completely murdering all this, he took over for Austin in Attack Attack when he was 15 years old, going on tour and screaming with them. Like, dude is a beast. Awesome guys. But yes.
Well, I haven't heard of them since you just told us about them. So I will give them a listen.
Beartooth is also one of my favorite bands. They have been for a long time. They are playing they're playing the Orpheum in Tampa on the 17th of October.
Oh, very nice.
So,
alrighty,
there's that. All right,
perfect.
Alrighty, well, good first band of the week. Thank you for the band of the week there, Josh. Chives, are going to have you calm down there for a second. Anyways, Josh, other than the band of the week, I know that you had a important announcement that you've been waiting till the end of the podcast to share with us. Other than your,
is this an exciting announcement, or is it dramatic?
Or depressing, or am I going to be upset?
No, so I am pretty proud of myself. I have made it to week 2 of the podcast before ever mentioning the Joe Rogan podcast. All right, so I was able to keep my mouth shut for one whole episode. But so if anyone listens to the Joe Rogan Experience, they know that every October they do Sober October, where they give up weed, booze, whatever. And the whole month of October, they go completely sober, and they work out like maniacs, and they do bets and all this kind of stuff. I was listening to that one today, and I know that October the 1st was yesterday, but I got extremely inspired. And so I have calculated my cigarettes to end at midnight tonight. And I don't plan...
Like period or for the month?
Well, we'll see at the end of the month. At the end of the month, all rules are off, but I'm hoping that after a month of no smoking, that I can keep pushing that further and further. But I'm inspired enough that, like I said, I have 2 more cigarettes. They're going to end at midnight tonight, and I will not have one when I wake up in the morning. There will not be one in the house for me to go grab. So
are you going to vape?
No, I don't even have a vape. So yes.
So wait. So what you're telling me
is for Sober October that I am hopping onto the bandwagon, and I am getting off the bandwagon.
Woo! So
clapping it up over here. You know why I'm clapping it up over here? Yeah, it's the only. That's the most. That's the most dramatic
bar shred. Like, this is an epic adventure. I'm going.
I mean, that's what I got right now. Sorry, Chives is very limited at the moment. Okay, he's just getting online. All right, Chives is like, you got to bear with him. I'm over here clapping. You know why I'm clapping? Because I've been trying to get you to stop smoking for as long as I've known you, 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, with that lame baseball theme, I think you just unmotivated him.
Now he's
well, see, and this is going to be the fun part, is the fact that we live so far apart, you would never be able to know, except for the fact that I'm coming down to see you. In the current state that I'm at, I smoke once an hour, every hour, at least. So If I come to see you, there's no way that I could make it a whole weekend without smoking just to fake it for you. I'm not that kind of person. I would be like, no, I freaking failed. I gave up. I kept smoking. Like, you'll know when I come to see you whether or not I was able to hold true to it. So he will vouch for me.
So let me stop you there, Josh, real quick. So Jack, I think this is a perfect time to enable a punishment. Ooh. If Josh does come to us, bearing his luscious beard in front of us, and he's smoking. So is some ideas there, Jack? I'd be interested in what kind of punishment shall await Josh if he comes to us.
You're smoking when you come down here. I'm gonna shave your head like mine.
I like it.
And guys, like Jack's head, guys, it's not like like a buzz cut.
I shave my
It's not
head
like a 5 on the sides
with a Bic razor. Like we're talking spot him clean, nice and smooth.
He is Mr. Clean with a goatee, guys. Like that if you were to paint a picture of Jack just as buff,
just as
earrings in place. He is the metal version of
I'm like Mr. Clean. What's his face? David Draymond.
Oh my god.
I'm a cuter David Draymond from Disturbed. If that's his name, right? David Draymond?
Guys, I did not paint that. He is Goldberg who let himself go and is now 80 pounds.
No, that's both of those things are wrong. And as Caleb posted on our YouTube video last week,
you're Kratos on meth.
Kratos on meth. Yeah. And that is the most accurate description that you could possibly
agree. Body paint and all.
Yep.
But with that, guys, I think that we have. I think it's about time that we put this level to a close. We have defeated the final boss. That was the final boss. Are you kidding?
I guess you're right.
Just imagine all three of us.
Has Josh agreed? Has Josh agreed to this?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
No, I think it's a fantastic idea.
Okay.
All right, because we're holding you to it, and you know what? We will do that at the Halloween party.
I like it. Mm-hmm. All right, there you go.
All right, but anyways, guys, that was the final boss. Jack defeating his smoking habits. If you want to paint a picture in your head, I'm the mage.
Smoking habits. Josh's smoking.
Josh's smoking habits.
You always try to paint me out to be this monster.
I know, right?
Monster?
So Josh,
damn.
Just because I like a little smoke in my lungs, I'm a monster.
Apparently, but not that we're calling any of you who watch us and are smokers. None of you are monsters. We love you all equally.
You're my
all
little
20
monsters.
Of you. But that is it for the podcast today, guys. We have really enjoyed this week. We're going to keep it going. We're going to have level 3 next week. Around the same time, where we'll have more topics for you, and definitely looking forward to that next bone to pick from Josh there. Hopefully it's at Jack again.
I will have been a week without a cigarette. I'm gonna have so many bones.
He's gonna be like a rabid raccoon.
That's what
he's more than likely. Scary if I'm even
alive. Or an average bald guy. But
I like it.
But guys, thank you so much for coming to this podcast. We had a great time. We definitely look forward to next week. This is Luch, along with Jash and
Jash and Jack. It's Luch with Jash and Jack. Actually, you know what? Time out. I'm gonna actually close it off because I have a closing statement. So I'm gonna echo what Luch already said, and I'm not going to mispronounce Josh's name. No, I am going to remind everybody, if you're still listening, if you stuck around this long, we obviously, like Luch said, we thank you. Thank you for being here for level 2. We look forward to level 3 next week, like you said. But if you haven't yet, we should have probably talked about this a little bit earlier. But if you stuck around this long, it's a special treat for you. If not, everybody else, you can see it on the social media. Today, we got approved to be on iTunes, on Google Play. We are on SoundCloud. We are on Castbox. We are on YouTube. And we are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, if somebody would get on that. So pretty much everywhere that you can listen to our podcast or you would listen to a podcast, you're going to be able to find us. And that's super exciting. And so if you haven't followed us, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked, smash that like button. If you haven't done any of that stuff, please hit us up on there. And if you have any questions, hit us up with a question, with a comment, feedback. Everything is appreciated. Everything is welcomed. And we love you guys. And that's
One
all I
last
got.
thing.
Make sure to click those ads on the side of whatever place you're watching us at, because that'll link you to our Twitter.
Yes.
One
last thing. Everybody, log into your account, delete your Alliance tunes, start Horde. Love you guys.
Oh my God.
His name is Josh. He only plays Horde and he likes to party. And that's the end of the podcast.
Guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for coming. And we are out.
Bye.